I think you will increasingly get a form of open source politics. Open source software is the idea that there is this software program on the internet and anyone can write the code for it, and it can be used in all sorts of different applications. Open source politics is a similar idea. Here are problems out in our society. Instead of relying on politicians, government ministers, Whitehall civil servants to have a monopoly of wisdom on how to solve that problem, you would be engaged through the internet, through the technology available these days, in getting the whole of the public, or as many of the public are interested in, solving a particular problem. You could start at a very local level. You might have a particular community problem, crime in a particular street, or a problem with a particular school, and engage the community in finding a solution to that problem. But you can also envisage it at a national level. For example, we've just had debates and votes in the House of Commons on complicated issues around human embryology and abortion and so on. Well, those are issues that many people in the public understand just as well as any politician. Why not engage them in a decision like that? I guess the relationship between the internet and government is a bit like the relationship between a child that's growing up and a parent. And the child, of course, keeps pushing at boundaries as they get older. And the temptation from the parent who's been the authority figure is to push back and say, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. But every parent learns that in the end, of course, you have to allow the child to make their own decisions and become an adult. And so the temptation from government with the internet is to push back, is to say, actually, all we will do is take information we previously put on a piece of paper and called it a press release, we'll now put it on a website. But that's not enough. Government has to understand that the internet is growing up and changing the way that citizens and the state interact with each other, and also changing the power relationship between citizens and the state, because citizens now have access to all sorts of information they didn't before. Citizens can organise in a way they weren't able to do before, and citizens can engage in government decision making in a way they couldn't before either.